On to the go response then, in hand using the lead rope. And even though these stop responses are breaks and something that we really want to get established early on, the go signal is really important too. Obviously for horses that are rushing back, horses that spook as you see in the following clip, we want to be able to put pressure forward with the lead rope and them to come forward and not run backwards. When initially teaching the lead rope pressure, it's a really good tip to just do a slight sideways pressure. Just for any of those legs that are a bit sticky to come forward, it's a really good way of just putting the horse slightly off balance and then they naturally step forward. So here you can see with Poppet, she just gets a slight sideways pressure and it's really just almost a turn pressure and then she'll step forward. One of the biggest tips, I think, for the go signal with the lead rope is that we keep our feet completely still until the horse starts walking. So here you can see the signal's applied and I wait until she steps before stepping with her. And that really provides so much clarity. So horses don't always follow our feet. Sometimes we tie them up, sometimes we put them in the float. And this is a real clear way of knowing that you've actually taught the go response from the lead rope and not from them following you as you start walking. The other aspect here is the light pressure first. So it's really important to really start that with your training from day one, that any pressure you give starts light, and if you don't get the response, so here you can see it's taking too long, the pressure increases and she walks forward. The fourth tip I've probably got about the go signal is when you need to escalate the pressure, it really doesn't have to be nasty or aversive. It just has to be a little bit annoying, and in this case, when they haven't been taught the whip taps to mean anything, it is really just the vibration of the lead rope that can get her to walk forward. So if you watch really closely, please, it's a really gentle pressure, and then there's just a wiggling of the rope to ask her to step forward. And it's really effective and you don't need to be very strong. In fact, let's make this a tip of the day because it is something that I use for a variety of horses and teach children to use actually on their pony that might be strong or ignoring their go. And it's probably one of the most effective tools that I've got without the whip in my hand. As you go then, if you feel a slight slowing, you can start introducing a keep going signal, which is really just the same thing, light pressure forward, harder pressure if they ignore it. This will later lead into rhythm, as it does in the backward steps, by your maintenance aid being your feet continuing to walk. Putting it into practice here, you can see a really blustery day, and it was really hard for her to come forward where she didn't want to go. But the whole point of being able to control her feet really starts to reduce the flight response in any situation.